The first night in my own apartment, I sat on the floor because I didn't own a chair yet, and I've never felt more proud or more terrified in my life. This is that story.
For 3 years after high school, home was a basement. My basement. Mattress on a frame I built from a YouTube tutorial. A mini fridge that made everything taste slightly like plastic, and a ceiling low enough that I learned to duck without thinking. It wasn't bad. My parents didn't charge me rent. Dinner was always there. Laundry got done if I timed it right. It was comfortable. Maybe too comfortable.
I'd look at apartment listings sometimes, then close the tab. Not yet. Not ready. Rent's expensive anyway. All true. Also, all excuses.
My dad never kicked me out. He just asked one question that stuck with me. What are you actually waiting for? And I didn't have a good answer. That night, I actually thought about it. I had a job. I had some savings. What I didn't have was the guts to admit I was scared. Not of rent, but of being completely on my own for the first time. So I made a list, not of apartments, of reasons. And the scared list was longer than the ready list. But I moved forward anyway, because waiting to feel 100% ready meant waiting forever. Apartment hunting on a first job budget is a special kind of humbling. I saw places where the cozy description meant I could touch both walls at once. One had a bathroom that also seemed to double as a closet. I still don't know how.
I ran the numbers probably 50 times. Rent plus groceries plus a phone bill plus emergency fund I definitely won't touch. Left less breathing room than I expected. But it was doable. Tight, but doable.
When I finally signed the lease, my hand shook a little. But it was a different kind of shaking than I expected. Less fear, more, this is actually happening.
Move-in day. I learned 2 things fast. 1. I own way more stuff than I thought. 2. I should have asked a friend for help instead of my pride insisting I could do it solo. I built a bookshelf with 1 leftover screw and a prayer. It's still standing. I choose to see that as a metaphor. That first night, no chairs, no table, just me and a container of noodles sitting on the floor of a place that was completely, entirely mine. And it was, weirdly, one of the best meals I've ever had. The first month was a reality check. Nobody reminds you the internet bill is due. Nobody restocks the fridge. Nobody does the dishes except you. And apparently, dishes multiply overnight if ignored long enough. I called my mom more that first month than I had in the entire year before. Not because I couldn't handle it, because independence, it turns out, doesn't mean cutting people off. It means choosing to stay connected instead of needing to. Somewhere around week 3, the apartment stopped feeling like a project and started feeling like home. Not because everything was unpacked. Some boxes are honestly still sealed. But because I stopped waiting for it to feel finished. Looking back, the basement wasn't the problem. Comfort isn't the enemy. Staying in it out of fear is. I learned that being ready is a myth. Nobody feels ready. You just get uncomfortable enough or brave enough to go do the thing anyway, and you figure out the rest as you go. And independence isn't about proving you don't need anyone. It's about proving to yourself that you can, even if you still call your mom every other day.
If you're still in your version of that basement, comfortable, safe, but quietly wondering if you're ready, I don't think readiness is coming. I think you just have to go build the bookshelf with the leftover screw and figure it out.
If this felt familiar, or you've got your own first apartment story, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear how you made the leap.
If this story hit home, hit that like button and follow along, because every stick has a story, and there's a new one coming every week.